Hello everyone, this is Geek Must Have with a Postbag. And the Postbag has an item from Adafruit. There's the Adafruit flour and a couple items from the Amazon store. I think one of these is in relationship to one of my most recent deconstruction videos where I tore a 17-inch screen out of a very old dual-core notebook. I'm going to open the Adafruit box first. Adafruit, a company in New York who manufactures all sorts of microprocessor circuits, but even more. They have some of the best training tutorials and training videos that are out there to teach you how to use some of this technology. I have learned so much from the videos that are out there, and at some point in time I hope to be able to contribute something back. Let's open this one up. I'm pretty certain I know what's in here. I got bubble wrap. Even though it came from New York instead of China, there is bubble wrap. There's a handful of things here. First of all, it's my second Raspberry Pi Zero W. The W stands for wireless. This is the small little Raspberry Pi that is going to be a game changer when it comes to how people design circuits, especially for the Internet of Things. This card is going to make a hell of a difference in how things are done. Usually when you had a Raspberry Pi, the very first thing you had to do is either put a hat on it or figure out how to wire either an Ethernet jack to it or wireless adapter. This has them all built into one. So this is my second one, just so that I can have two. And if you're going to have two Raspberry Pi Zero Ws, you should have a case. And this is the Pibow case. It's for the Raspberry Pi Zero 1.3, which also works with the W. And this is a little more expensive than the plain plastic cases that I've used in the past, but I wanted to have kind of a fancier case for one of the W's. And this one has multiple layers, and when you assemble them together, it gives you this colorful, you got the pins, the little nylon hardware that's necessary to put it all together. When you put this all together, it gives you a really cool looking multi-layer case, and that should make this W stand out. And some standard headers, because I always seem to be running out of these. These are the standard 25 pin dip headers. They're male on one end and female on the other. And the last item is a special cable that allows you to plug in a standard Raspberry Pi camera. Here's the standard Raspberry Pi end right here to a Raspberry Pi Zero end. So this is kind of like a conversion cable to go from the Raspberry Pi Zero to a Raspberry Pi camera. The next item in this Postbag comes from Shenzhen Weishai Electronics Company in Lexington, Kentucky. There must be an area in Lexington, Kentucky that has a lot of Chinese people in it. It is an HDMI VGA 2 audiovisual LCD controller for a 15.4 or 17-inch 1440 by 900 LCD panel controller. Now recently, I tore this laptop screen, which is a 17-inch one out of an old notebook that I had, and it is a Philips LP171 WP4. This is supposed to be the card that allows me to turn this into both an HDMI monitor, a VGA monitor, and a monitor with one of two audio-visual inputs, which would make this a pretty generic type of a display, and it would be powered off of a 12-volt adapter. Now, to power this with a 12-volt adapter, it's got to be at least 4 amps. If it isn't 4 amps, it's not going to work very well. So the goal is to see if I can get this to work in some type of an enclosure with this controller as a portable device, and it comes with your standard type of remote. Some of the kits I noticed didn't come with a remote. I thought this was a neat thing to have. A 4 push button adapter with, I believe, an infrared receiver there and a cable. This is for you to be able to adjust the settings, which you can also do with this remote. So this is the controller card, and that's the pin edge that fits into the edge on the back of the 17-inch monitor. It has a set of connectors. One is for the 12 volts. The other one is for the HDMI, the standard VGA pin connector, and then one of the VGAs in. The other VGA in is on the top here. So that's the main board that does most of the work. And it's got a piece of plastic over it, but it has the danger high voltage on there, and this plugs into the monitor itself to provide the high voltage part of it. These parts all together here compose the kit for turning that old display screen into a usable monitor. And the last item in this post bag is from JDE Distributors in North Las Vegas. These are micro SDHC cards. These are Samsung 32 gigabyte Evo cards. These are the ones that were recommended on a number of the forums to use with Raspberry Pis. They're the ones that are known to work very well. That is the end of this post bag. There's a couple interesting things there. It should be kind of cool to put that case together, but I'm looking forward to making the monitor project so that I'll have a portable monitor. I'm waiting for the 12 volt 4 amp supply to come in. I'll go downstairs into the caverns and look through the boxes of power bricks that I have, because there probably is 1 or 2 down there that I just haven't found.